turn it up. Turn up the volume. Jimmy's coming in.
Hey.
Oh, hey, Jimmy. Nice. I like the new, the little facial hair going on.
The homeless look. Yeah, doing well on it.
No. Awesome. How are you doing? Great.
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm very excited for this recipe. It's something new I haven't made. It's going to be on fire spicy, I think. So,
Well, let's hope not too spicy. We want it to be edible, I'm hoping, but we'll see.
Okay. Well, let's introduce it. Jimmy, we're on the Simple Cooking Show with Jimmy. We're making harissa chicken and blackened cornslaw, not coleslaw.
Cornslaw.
Love that American accent. Awesome. So, yeah, tell me a bit about how you came upon this, or it's kind of your own take on Jimmy's World's recipe. So, how did you come up with it?
Yeah, this is literally made up with what's left in the fridge and the freezer.
Okay.
And that's how, I think I told you last time, this is how I learned to cook. So when I was a student, I would just get like people's leftovers, whatever was in the fridge and whatever I could afford. People would donate their leftovers. I wouldn't steal them. But it was, yeah, whatever was lying around, just make something. And I discovered harissa spice is one of the things I really liked. And some Indian guy had a box of spices and I just tried it and it was really nice. So I learned to love that one. And then making slaw is basically an excuse to put anything in a salad that you've got lying around.
Yeah, that's true. It's a good, like, kind of throw everything in the salad.
Yeah, I reckon like stir fries and slaws are like the best way to use up vegetables. Yeah,
that's actually really good. Good tip for right now when people just are finding in their fridge odds and ends. And they're like, what do I make with this? Coleslaw 100%. And stir fries, definitely.
100%. Yeah, I mean, if you need that hot food stir fry, you can hide all manner of vegetables in a stir fry with a bit of oyster sauce and a bit of soy sauce, a bit of garlic and onion, and you're gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me ask this because
we're going to be doing all the stuff.
Yeah. Sorry, I missed you. What you had said?
Yeah, so today's recipe is just using up some leftovers that we had in the freezer because we didn't want to let them go to waste. Yeah,
that's wonderful. That's what we're all about on the Simple Cooking Show. So, but let me ask, because harissa, I know is kind of maybe a new ingredient for people, and I was surprised that you actually knew about it. Because, well, not surprised also because you're well traveled, but. When did you first hear about harissa? Because I only heard about it when I went to Morocco, and they had it in the stores everywhere, like just open, not even refrigerated, this chili paste. So how did you get introduced to it?
Yeah, so yeah, from uni, got donated a little, the little like shakers of harissa spice.
Okay.
Because it's a blended spice. But got donated a little pot and fell in love with it there. And then this one I just picked up over here. When I came back to New Zealand, I was getting the food box deliveries. Like it's called Hello Fresh, and there's another one called Whoop. And they sometimes do harissa spice pork, which is really nice. And then when I was out shopping, I found a little Persian shop. So in the Persian shop, they have harissa spice.
Oh, cool. So you'll be using the dried, I haven't seen that, but okay, that's pretty cool. The dried spice. Yeah. It's like a mix of.
It's like a powder.
Okay. That's cool. Okay. Yeah, I have like the paste, so I'll just use a very little amount because it's pretty strong stuff.
Yeah.
But,
I'm going to make a paste with some oil and just make it. So we'll cook it. We'll cook the chicken in that. Okay. So shall I run us through?
Yeah, let's run us through. And quick, Jimmy Burrows. If you're not following him, you should. He's He's a great coach.
Coach and
Leadership
amateur cook.
and cook. Yes. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay.
Okay. At the back, then we've got some oil.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just using salad and cooking oil, but you can use any oil. We'll use that to put the spices to make a paste.
Okay.
We've got some mayo and some yogurt. You can use either or both. I like to use a bit of both in the slaw.
Okay.
Then we've got some cabbage, green cabbage, red cabbage works fine as well, and some carrots and a green apple. That just gives the slaw a bit of sweetness. And I've got just a half a lime, which is going to just, again, using up leftovers, but that helps stopping the apple go brown. We've got the corn for the cornslaw. So I'll put that being our first step. And then just a piece of chicken about the size of the palm of my hand, because I remember from your balanced meal thing, it said that you need about the
balanced dish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. Very good.
And also, just as a side dish, we've got some garlic and parsley butter on
what did you do there?
Literally just an old ciabatta.
Okay.
An old ciabatta, and we've got this amazing buttery called Lewis Road butter here, and literally just slice it up. Comes with garlic and parsley in, but that'll be just for some carbs because I need carbs today.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. So give us the run through of the first and going through it. You see.
Sorry, I missed that one. Say again.
Oh, could you just give us a run through, like the steps we're going to be doing? I know it's probably pretty simple, but just
it's going to be a super simple one. So what we're going to do is we're going to microwave the corn for 4 minutes just to cook it through, and then we'll let that while that's cooling off. We'll be doing the chicken and making the slaw. So the chicken we're just going to cut it into like finger thickness slices.
Okay, don't flick me off, but
finger thickness slices.
Thanks, Jimmy.
And we'll in a little bowl we'll do a teaspoon of the Harissa spice in some oil, just turn it into a paste, and then we'll just coat the chicken with that. We'll then fry the chicken off. So it's nice and cooked through, and then we'll put that to the side, and in the same pan we'll then slice the corn off the cob, and if we're just using tin corn we can just pour that in into the same pan that the chicken cooked in, so we pick up all those nice spices and all the leftover oil. And we'll just blacken the corn off, so it isn't really black, it's kind of just slightly toasted. And while that's cooking, we'll be chopping up the cabbage, grating the carrot, chopping the onion up, and chopping the apple up, and then putting that into a bowl and stirring it up with a bit of the yogurt, the lime, and a bit of mayo.
Wonderful. Okay. It's simple, but there's a few steps, but it's going to be great.
Three pieces to make. The corn first, then the chicken, then the slaw. And then the corn goes into the slaw and the chicken goes on top.
Beautiful. Okay, cool. Well, I got all my stuff ready. So
cool. So are you working with a corn on the cob, or are you working with tin corn?
I actually I'm using leftover barbecued corn. So it's actually blackened. Yeah. So this is from yesterday.
Straight away, and then that's doing that while we're doing everything else.
Yeah, I like that microwave trick.
This is it's amazing. This is a game changer because I love sweet corn, but it takes 20 minutes to boil a corn in a pan, and it seems really wasteful of energy. And if you just literally take the whole corn in a cob and just throw it in the microwave for 4 minutes, and if it's a less powerful microwave, like up to 6 minutes, when it's warm to take out of the microwave, you feel it through the leaves. When it's warm, just take it out, and I'll show you a little trick. You just chop the bottom off, and it just falls out.
Wow.
Perfect.
I like that hack. Okay. Yeah, pay attention, guys. 4-minute microwave corn. Meanwhile, saying hello to some friends.
Okay,
he's going. Yeah, we have Bambi is here. Thank you for joining. Rosie and Paula. Yeah, we got some people. Thanks, guys, for joining. We're making, I can go ahead and put it in the chat what we are making. So if people join Harissa chicken, and I'll get it right this time. Blackened Cornslaw.
Cornslaw.
Oh, it's great. It's great when you make fun of my American accent. Love it.
Take it a little teaspoon.
Okay.
And a teaspoon of the harissa.
Okay, let me see if I can.
It's quite strong, so you don't want to use too much.
Oh, yeah. You can always add, but you can't take away. So.
Exactly. And then 2 teaspoons of just oil into the harissa spice if you're using dry spice. If you're using the paste that you've got, the paste spice.
Okay, I'll show you. It is. So, and why do you choose to cut the chicken in fingers? Just because
they're nice and small and they cook quicker.
Yeah.
You could, and what we're trying to do is get as much flavour into the chicken as we possibly can. So by cutting it into finger-sized slices, then you're increasing the surface area versus just using a whole chicken breast in one piece.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, flavor. He's gonna coat the whole thing. I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we hope that it'll cook quicker as well, because these are all meant to be like 15-minute dishes. That's the intention anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So you've got your spices in?
Yeah, I'm good. I got a paste kind of thing happening.
Yeah. So I've got a reasonably oily paste.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to grab my chicken. And a trick I learned, I don't know if you've been taught this one. You just, when you get your chicken to the tap, and then you just dab it dry on some kitchen paper, and that just helps it not be so slimy.
Okay. Wonderful.
Have you heard that one?
Another cut in here. What's that?
Have you heard that trick with chicken? That when you get some chicken, you should always wash it under the tap?
Yeah, I've heard also to not wash because if it splashes, it could contaminate things. But I don't know. There's 2 schools of thought on that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. So I'm just going to wash mine anyway.
Yeah, it's a fine thing to do. As long as you're careful to not splash chicken juice everywhere. I mean, it's not. Yeah. I use a separate cutting board. That's why I ran over to get a cutting board and a different knife.
Yeah, that's good. Just a separate knife for health and safety.
Got to be careful with chicken always. And what would you think is a good alternative for meat? I mean, plant-based people or?
So I reckon you could do this really nicely with tempeh.
Okay.
Because it's a little bit more fibrous and a bit more sort of meaty. The other thing that I've seen done quite well with is chickpeas. So if you've got chickpeas, they the spice really nicely.
Yeah, that would be nice. I like that. Okay.
So that's pretty cool. Okay, so I've got my chicken, and I'm just going to slice.
Okay, I'm slicing away. Finger sized for more flavor, texture. Oh, okay, looks like we lost Jimmy. Okay, gotta wash my chicken hands. Sorry, Jimmy. Okay. We're coming in the mix. Okay. All right. I think he's. Oh, okay. You're back. Great.
Yeah, I got bumped out.
Oh, I don't know why. Your connection's been great.
Yeah, no, it's good. So just got my corn out of the microwave as well, so that's all done. I'm just going to let it cool.
Cool.
Just going to set it aside, let it cool for a little bit so I can handle it.
Okay.
And back to my chicken. So I'm just cooking my to those sink finger sized slices.
Okay, beautiful. All right. Yeah, I like that chickpea idea. That would go really well because it's the harissa is already kind of a Middle Eastern spice, so the chickpea would be really complimentary. I like that.
Yeah, I think it's a nice combination.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's anything that's going to pick up that flavor really nicely. So anything that's kind of absorbative. You could probably do a really nice harissa rice or something as well, couscous, couldn't you?
Oh yeah, that'd be really nice. Okay, let me throw away these things and wash my hands.
And I'm just going to put the oil and spice mix into the pan and just warm that up.
Oh, okay. Interesting. All right. So, you guys got any questions? Feel free to drop them in the chat. We're starting to cook our chicken with harissa spices, and Jimmy's also. If you missed the great tip, he did microwave corn for 4 minutes in the microwave, and the corn is done, which is something I learned. Really exciting today. So let me.
Let's hope it works. So.
Okay, so
I've got my wok on, and I'm just heating that up. And what I put is just the oil spice mix into the wok, and you can see there's not a lot of oil, so it's not a very oily dish. It's just to basically carry the spices into the chicken.
Okay, I'm gonna do this. Put a little my harissa, and it looks like I'm out of fuel, so all right. Okay. All right.
I learned this trick from Chef Joanna. Is if you take a little tiny piece of your onion that you're going to use in the slaw, and you just throw that into the pan, then when the onion starts to fizz, then you know your oil's hot.
Thank you, Jimmy. That's great. No.
All right, so my oil is now bubbling away nicely, and I can really smell I can smell the aromas coming off the spices. So I'm just going to throw my chicken in.
Super aroma-y. If you guys don't have harissa, you can't find it, you can use a mix of paprika, a little chili powder. But I don't know, it's a very unique blend. It's hard to kind of recreate. But it's mostly peppers, chilies and peppers blended up.
There's lots of stuff in there, eh? So we just want to stir our chicken around, so the spices coat the chicken all over. So we're just going to make sure we stir it around.
Okay. I had a bit more chicken, so I'm just kind of I use the rest of the spice mix to coat them a bit.
Nice.
This is like, I'm not eating all this chicken. This is for many portions here, so.
And we're going to cook the chicken for like 2 or 3 minutes each side, eh?
Okay. And then little finger slices. Smells good. Okay. Yeah, you want to start at a really high heat to get the golden brown, and then as you turn it, you can maybe lower the heat a bit. Put that over here.
But keep stirring the chicken around so it gets fully coated.
All right.
I guess you could also do this with any meat, most fishes. The probably only danger is the harissa is quite a strong flavor, so it might overwhelm the. If you had like a white fish or something, it probably would be too much for it.
Yeah. Okay.
And we need to. We need to get a set of tongs and a bowl to put the chicken into once the chicken's cooked off, so it can just rest.
Alrighty, let me get a little plate bowl. Ooh, spicy. Ooh, smell it, strong. So what's the drink of choice for this dish, Jimmy?
Sorry?
What's your drink of choice for this dish? Would you recommend?
So I was thinking, actually, it would probably go quite nicely with a something sweeter, maybe a Gewürztraminer wine, like a white Gewürz.
Yeah.
Or you could go a nice
nice.
rosé. You need something with quite a lot of flavor to cut through the spice again. So a Gewürz or a really, really fragrant rosé would be really nice.
Yeah, that sounds nice. Rosé.
Both of those alcoholic drinks. If you were doing a non-alcoholic drink, I reckon just something just like a soda water and lime would be really nice with this as well.
Yeah, I know in Morocco they often they serve lemon, mint, like water lemonades kind of thing. They're really nice.
Super nice, eh? I think the citrus really works well with the harissa.
Yeah.
Cool. So my chicken's nearly done.
Okay. The chili's really getting me here. But it'll be great because the cornslaw will cool down all the heat in here.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's why you've got the yogurt and the mayo, because that kind of helps with the heat from the chicken. So once your chicken is done, I'm about a minute away on mine.
Okay.
And you just want to start to pull that chicken out. You let me know when you're ready, Joanna.
Alright, chicken away. Ooh, it's gonna be spicy, this one. But alcoholic drinks are better, yes. Although they're hard to find in Morocco, or they're much more expensive in Morocco because they don't obviously drink Muslims. But I agree.
All right, so my chicken's nice and done.
Okay.
So it looks like. So you can just see the edges of it starting to go a little bit black. So now looks really nice. So I'm going to take that out now and just going to put that into a bowl.
Okay.
Rest. And we want to keep our pan with all the spices and oil mixed, because that's what we're going to cook our corn in.
Mmm. Oh, that's great. Great tip. Okay. So I just got a couple, maybe a minute or two of mine.
No worries. Take your time.
But looking nice. Okay. Yeah, I like these little strips rather than like just a big piece or something. I don't know, it's kind of more fun to eat.
And I think it was interesting, when I was cooking as a student, because I obviously was sort of taking people's leftovers and, I could only afford to buy small pieces of meat. If I chopped the meat up into if I chopped it up into like cubes or fingers or really thin strips, it kind of felt like it was going further.
Yeah.
I would encounter a piece of chicken more often in the mix, which was, I guess
Mind
it's
trick.
psychological, but it made a difference.
Mind tricks with chicken. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll cut the fattest one open just to see if I'm done. Yeah, I'm done here. You can see that's well cooked.
Yeah.
So let me now.
You got little black pieces on the edge of the chicken.
What's that?
You got this like little black edges on the chicken.
Yeah, a little bit
Cool.
here and there, like
yeah, that's what we
brown.
want.
Yeah, definitely in the pan.
Yeah, that's what we want. That's nice, and the smell of the spices coming off is really cool. That looks perfect. So we can just rest that into a bowl.
Beautiful. Let me catch my breath because the spice. Okay.
Perfect.
Beautiful. Okay.
So next we've got the corn. So we've got our sweet corn that we cooked in the microwave for 4 minutes, and you can see at the two ends there's like a fluffy, and there's the stalk end. And what we want to do is we want to take go from the stalk end, just go 2 fingers up the corn and make a cut. And once you've made the cut, you just grab it by the hairy end and just shake it, and the corn comes out perfectly.
Oh, that's really cool. I'm gonna have to catch that again. Okay.
So now we've got our corn all done and out of the pan.
Wow.
And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a short tray and pop the corn into the tray and take a knife.
Wow.
And it's easier to do this with a small knife, I've found over time, but if you've only got one knife, use any knife. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut the corn down onto the husk, so I'm just basically stripping the corn off the husk. And the only reason I'm doing this is because I didn't have a tin of corn, I just had sweet corn. So you can see when you cut it, that it just comes off like that. And you just go all the way around, just making cuts as you go, so all the corn just comes off the cob.
Great tutorial on the corn. That's beautiful.
It should be on TikTok or something. TikTok.
Yeah, you should. Are you on there?
Like a TikTok addict. I just can't help myself at watching all these things.
What's your topic that you watch all the time? Like dancing?
I like the shuffle dancing ones. Yeah, I like the shuffle dancing. And I like the ones where people do like trick shots. So they're throwing a rugby ball from 60 meters away or whatever, and it goes in.
Oh, okay. Trick shots.
Quite obsessed with those.
Okay.
So there's my corn cob. Pretty much no corn left on it. All done.
Beautiful.
And that can just be chucked away.
Okay.
Now, Joanna, do you compost your corn husks? Can you compost or not?
Yeah, I do. I try to compost as much as I can. Yeah, but definitely. Do you have a compost?
We do, actually. We have where I live, we have a thing called the column, which is like a shared garden between.
Wow.
So out there we've got fruit trees, and we've got fruit trees and seating area and grassy area, and then we have like a communal compost heap which everybody uses for their tomato boxes, their flower boxes. But the best part is all around the edge, people grow veggies and like, so we've got chilies and eggplants and peppers.
Wow.
And you can just help yourself. So I've had a couple of nights where I've like not had any food in, and I just go for a wander around the common, get enough veggies to make some food and defrost some chicken and eat.
Oh my gosh. Jeez.
Yeah,
I feel like this is a plug-in to live in New Zealand. Is that everywhere? Or is
No,
it just in...
It's just this little suburb that I live in.
Oh, okay.
Bay. Yeah, it's super nice. Okay, so you've got your corn all off the tops?
Yes, I'm good.
Cool. So we're going to set that aside.
Alrighty.
And the next thing we're going to grab is our slaw bowl.
Small bowl, okay.
And
like a medium bowl.
Our slaw bowl. Yeah, any bowl will do. Our cabbage, our carrot, and our apple, and our lime.
All right.
Oh, and our red
beautiful.
onion. If you've got onion or red onion, then that's also going to go into here. So we're just going to quickly, roughly cut the onion. We're going to roughly cut the onion, roughly cut the cabbage into a sort of slaw size mix.
Okay. I got green onions. If we're using up leftovers.
Yeah.
I'm going to use up
leftover red onions.
Beautiful. Some onion of some sort will work.
And any onion, yeah, so spring onion, shallots, red onion, green onion, all work.
Okay.
And really,
so how is the weather right now?
Oh. No set quantities on the slaw. It's just like whatever you've got, just chuck it in.
Okay.
The weather here is just starting to turn, so we're in the fall now, or we call it autumn.
Autumn, okay.
So I'm using about a fistful of cabbage, half a small onion, but I say it doesn't matter on quantities, use whatever you've got.
Okay. Chop away here. So you're doing like a slice, thin slice?
Yeah, I'm just slicing it up into a sort of slaw mix.
Okay.
Just roughly sliced as well, nothing fancy.
Alrighty.
And then I'm just taking that and throwing it all into the big salad bowl. And eating some, because raw cabbage is... Have you ever had raw cabbage? It's the best thing.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. It's very good for you, too.
Mm-hmm.
It's like... super good.
When I was a little kid, on a Sunday night, my parents used to give me this super treaty meal, which was a bowl of chopped up raw vegetables in a circle with some mayo in the middle. And they would always sell it to me as it was the Sunday night treat. And so as a kid, I was completely scammed to eat vegetables by my parents, but I'm so grateful for it now.
That's so funny. I love it.
Cool. So I've done my cabbage and I've done my onion. So they're into the bowl. And again,
Okay.
it's not particularly pretty. It's just thrown in. Next, I'm going to slice my apple up. I've got a green apple because they're a bit sharper in terms of flavour. And all we're going to do with the green apple is just do it into sort of cubes or chunks. Again, it doesn't need to be pretty. It's just reasonably small, so about the same size as your little fingernail. Sort of chunk size is ideal.
All right. Oh, man, I'm still suffering from these chilies. Sorry, I'm like choking.
Is yours going to be super spicy?
Yeah, I mean, it happened to in another show when I was doing Mexican cooking, and I thought it was going to be inedible, but it turned out to be really good.
Oh,
so,
awesome.
I don't know. I think because I have to go under the exhaust to cook these things.
Yeah, because you put on that little gas burner thing, don't you, in front of you?
Yeah, it's just... Maybe I ought to open a window here. Let's see.
Mm.
Ooh, okay, almost back.
That's all right. So you're cooking. You're chopping up your cabbage. I'm just chopping up my apple. Cabbage rough chop. Apple into small cubes.
Okay.
And And those cubes are about fingernail sized. If they're a little bit bigger, it doesn't matter.
Okay. All right. So does New Zealand celebrate Cinco de Mayo at all, or no?
No, not really. Not really a thing for us.
No. But you have some Mexicans in New Zealand, I think, right?
I think there's some Mexicans everywhere.
It's true. It's true.
But it's not. Yeah, it's not really a sort of highly recognised event. I think it's fascinating that Americans celebrate so many events during the course of the year that aren't really American, and they probably celebrate them. They probably celebrate them more than the people who they actually like belong to.
Yeah, like Cinco de Mayo is not even celebrated in Mexico. Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Mm-hmm. So you onto your apple as well now?
Yeah. So you said a small like thumbnail size.
Yeah, so right? thumbnail sized cubes, but it's like if they're a bit bigger or a bit smaller, it doesn't matter. It's just so they can be stirred into the slaw.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
And some people actually just grate apples, and grating them works really well too.
That would be nice. Yeah, this will be a nice cool flavor with the spiciness. Like
yeah, absolutely. Would you believe this? I'm just making this up as I go, which is even better.
Well, you had a plan of the the recipe. I mean, you're quite the cook, Jimmy. I didn't know this about you, but I'm impressed.
Do you know, in 2018, I only cooked twice, and one time was in Mexico City with you guys.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I made
you're
lasagna, and I had to borrow Kayla Yoda's lasagna dish.
What's that?
I was making I made a lasagna in Mexico City, and I had to borrow Kayla lasagna dish because we didn't have any in our apartment.
Oh. Wow. Yeah. Well.
So I have my flour pretty much done. I've got apple and cabbage and the red onion, and the last thing I'm going to put in is my lime, and just squeezing in half a lime and grating a carrot.
Okay. Yeah, that's a nice color too for the carrot. Okay. Getting through this.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, now it's all done.
Beautiful. Let me get it
go in the dish as well.
All right. And
And what I'm gonna, just before I start doing all the sauces for the slaw, I've got my lime. A trick I've learned with limes is you can squeeze it and you get about 60% of the juice out. If you squeeze it with a fork, then you get about 80% of the juice out. And then you
scientific, okay.
Yeah, and then you grate the back of the lime as well, and you get even more. You get the lime zest, and you throw that in the slaw, and it makes it more citrusy and just brings out more citrus flavor.
Great tip. Yeah, because all the essential oils are in the skin, so you get a lot of flavor.
I'm just going to grate the back of my lime as well. You're like a machine on the grating there, Joanna.
Well, I'm trying to catch up here.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so I've got my lime zest going in, got my lime juice going in. And the reason I put the lime juice in is it gives it a citrusy flavor, but it also stops the apple going brown. So if you don't eat all the slaw in one go, then it doesn't go kind of yucky looking.
Mm. Yeah. But other than the apple, this, I'm sure this slaw gets better as it kind of sits with just the juice, and you could add like vinegar, I guess. If you don't have lime, you could do a little vinegar and maybe a little sugar, pinch of sugar.
Yeah, that would work as well. Yeah, a bit of white wine vinegar would work. A bit of balsamic vinegar would probably work actually.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
All right. So have you've done your carrot and you've done your lime?
Yeah, I'm doing the lime now. So I got two of them. But it's looking great. I'm sure like if you had parsley, that'd be nice too. If you want some herbs in here.
Yeah, parsley would be great. Some herbs in there would be really nice. Bit of salt and pepper. We could do some seasoning if you want to. I'm also just going to turn my gas back on for the pan to heat up for the corn.
Okay, I'm done with this now, so.
Cool. So that can just be set to the side.
Alrighty.
And we want to heat our oil back up that had the Harissa spices.
All right.
And once that starts to heat up again, we're just going to throw in the corn that we used, that we cooked on the microwave.
Okay. There we go. Beautiful. Did you add any of that mayo or yogurt yet, or no?
No, so I'm going to put the corn in, so that's starting to blacken off. And then we're going to get our mayo and our yogurt and our bit of olive oil and mix that into the slaw while the corn is heating up.
Okay, beautiful. So this is my corn. It's been barbecued. So Jimmy microwaved his for 4 minutes. Just put it in the pan?
And we're just literally, throw it in the pan. And we just want to, I'm just going to turn this around. We just want to give it a sort of shake around so it picks up the oil and the spices that are left in the pan from before.
Okay.
So it just sits there, and we're just going to let it sit on like a medium heat for about 5-10 minutes.
Beautiful.
It doesn't matter if it goes black on one side, that's fine. We're just going to stir it around gently after about 3 or 4 minutes just to make sure it's picking up all that colour.
Okay, beautiful.
Then we're going to grab our slaw bowl back and our mayo and our yogurt or whatever we're going to use as a whitener.
All right. Going to be putting it in here.
Now, I like to start with just a couple of tablespoons, and then you can always add. It's a bit hard if you have to take it away. So I'm just going to get probably a tablespoon of mayo and a tablespoon of yogurt and see how that goes initially.
Okay. So, beautiful. I guess if you didn't want to do mayo, or if you're plant-based, you could just do the vinegar like we mentioned, or rice wine vinegar, little sugar.
Rice wine vinegar and a bit of, if you put rice wine vinegar in a bit of olive oil, and then shake that, it emulsifies and it almost turns into like a mayo.
Yeah, definitely, that'd be nice. Okay.
So all I'm doing now is just mixing my slaw up with the yogurt and the mayo.
Okay.
And the reason I like the yogurt is because it adds a slight acidity again to it. You get a sort of a more bitter taste.
Yeah. That is, see, Jimmy, you know all the techniques. The contrast, the flavors, textures. This dish has got it all. So it's, He knows what he's doing.
Apparently.
It's great.
So my slaw is looking like that now. It's just kind of all mixed up.
Nice.
I'm just going to give my corn a bit of a... You can see the edges of it have started to go brown. I suppose it's a combination of the spices and the oil and the corn kind of caramelizing.
Beautiful.
We don't want it to pop, so we want to keep it on a low enough heat that it doesn't pop, but it just gets warmed through.
Okay. Beautiful. It's looking great.
I'm just going to add some seasoning to my slaw too. So I'm going to put I've got some garlic salt. So I'm going to put that into my slaw. And I'm going to put in a bit of salt and pepper.
Garlic salt, okay.
But you can season whatever you want. You can season with whatever you like. So salt and pepper or nothing, depending on whatever you want. Just get my corn starting to heat up.
Okay. Beautiful. I'm excited.
Cool. So we're pretty much done.
Great dish. All right. My slaw.
You got your slaw?
Nice.
So we're ready to serve. So I'm going to get a serving bowl. And I'm going to dollop some of the slaw in there.
Okay. Okay. So you're plating the dish, is that right?
I am plating.
Okay, let's do it. Okay. So we have some corn. See if there's questions. Thank you guys for joining. Edith and Herbert, Pepe, my cousin Mario, Yoli, Francesco, and another Pat Creation. Thanks for joining. We're plating the Harissa chicken and blackened cornslaw. So we're just getting all of our ingredients ready to plate. Got our chicken, we got our corn, coleslaw, and Jimmy is behind the camera. This is his recipe.
I'm here. I'm licking my fingers, really unhealthy. So I'm plated.
Ooh, nice. Okay. And that garlic bread too. Okay. Beautiful.
So you
all right.
A little bit of garlic bread and then slaw, and then just underneath the chicken I've got the corn just sprinkled on top.
I like it. Okay.
And there's a nice healthy lunch.
Yeah, for me dinner, but let me join you here so we can take a bite maybe. Okay. We gotta try it, right?
100%.
This is my little dish here. Beautiful looking. The contrast of colors and textures look great. So
it looks good.
It's already hit there.
And very, very healthy. Apart from and
gluten-free.
Robin's turned up at eating time.
Oh, hi Robin. Good to see you.
He likes me to feed with him. He likes me to have my head in the chaff bag like an old horse.
It's good to see you. Oh, he's got a great meal that you're gonna have right now. Should we take a bite?
Yours has gone a bit blurry, so you might need to. That's looking really cool. Well done, Joanna. Awesome work.
Well, I mean, I got a great teacher. Should we take a bite? Can you see me now?
Well, let's do that. Let's do that. All right. Hold on.
It smells really yummy, Joanna.
I mean, it is.
Get some of the slaw.
This is Jimmy's masterpiece here. Just recreated it here.
Oh, it's Thursday, isn't it?
That tastes pretty good.
Pretty better be.
Joanna, this is another person who would think it was beautiful.
Oh.
Hey, Becky.
I love it.
He's just been He's just been cleaning the kitchen floor from all the mess I made.
This is delish. It's spicy chicken, and then the coleslaw is nice and cool.
Yeah.
Great combination.
Chicken.
Great combination.
So there you go. That is harissa chicken and blackened cornslaw.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jimmy, again.
And this is the chaos zone. This is the result of chaos.
Now the cleanup begins. Yeah. But you have lunch.
Yeah, well, enjoy your dinner.
Yeah, thank you so much. So good to see you both. Glad you're doing well. Thanks for opening your kitchen to us again.
Likewise, thanks for sharing the time. Speak to you soon.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Okay, take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.